kill me, rape me, molest me, bring me somewhere far away, make me his. What I do within these seconds is really what happens on TikTok. What the fuck is gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next to me? What's up, everybody? It's your girl Yamila, aka Yams, aka Yams is just funny. Where you at though? So in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys a little story about the time I got stalked for 4 months and then almost got kidnapped by someone in my neighborhood. This story was honestly a very scary event that took place in my life, but we finally moved past it and we learned our lesson. Thank you everyone for tuning in. If this is your first time in my channel, make sure you subscribe to my channel and also give this video a thumbs up. But I'm just gonna get straight into the video. So this event in my life took place back when I was in middle school. A little background about me in middle school. So this is when my parents was finally trying to teach me some responsibility and beginning to trust me a little bit more, doing small things like teaching me to do the dishes, going out to the bus stop by myself, giving me a house key. My bus stop is right across the street from my house, so it wasn't even far. It was something that, you know, I had to worry about at the time. Also during middle school was the time that I felt like I was learning more about myself and my Sagittarius ways. I'm a Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is extremely big on freedom. So I kind of feel like when I entered middle school is kind of when I felt like I was growing up and I should be able to be free and do what I want. Me in middle school, I was a badass little girl. Like, I decided not to listen to people. I decided to take my own route. I despite people's opinion on things and do what I felt was right. I was taking the school bus for a minute, but then I think I felt like I was too cool to take the school bus, so I stopped taking the school bus and I would literally walk to school every single day. I'd say it's about a mile walk, maybe like 15 blocks, and I would get to school. That's what I did every single day, and my parents gave me the responsibility of a house key. They would leave 30 minutes before I was supposed to go to the bus stop because both my parents would work every single morning. So I was home alone in the morning as well. I definitely took that to my advantage, knowing that my parents weren't home, so I could skip my school bus and walk to school and come to school when I felt like it. I'm gonna start with when the stalking happened. So since I felt super cool and wanted to walk to school every single day, I always left at an exact time every single morning and walked the same routine on the same block, on the same everything every single morning. So I did this for 4 months, and eventually I started to recognize this red truck. At first, I'm just assuming that it was just another neighbor in the neighborhood, like how I'm getting ready for school. People, grown-ups are also getting ready for work and doing what they need to do every single day. So I didn't think nothing of it. I honestly thought that it was just someone in the neighborhood doing what they need to do every single morning. But eventually, I'd say about a month in, I realized that I was actually seeing that truck way more often. He wouldn't stalk me, like actually following me while I'm walking, but I would see this red truck appear throughout my walking routine several times. He wouldn't actually follow me on the same block. What he would do, I would be walking straight, and on each block, like several different blocks, I would just see him drive by. I think that's one thing also about being super young and vulnerable is I did not pay attention to anything. Like, I knew I seen this red truck, but honestly, I thought nothing more of it. I was always in my own world. I didn't give a fuck about anything else that was happening around me. I woke up every single day. I had my headphones on. I was in my zone every single day. I felt super cool, you know, I felt super hip, doing everything I wanted to do by myself. He really stalked me for so long to the point where he knew exactly when I was leaving my house. He knew exactly where I was going because I'm pretty sure he would watch me every single morning. And so he knew what school I went to because he would just watch me the entire time. I glanced at him a few times and I knew that it was this big old white guy with a beard in his truck. And he was pretty freaking fat as fuck. Glanced a few times. I never looked him directly in the eye or anything. It wasn't until the second month where I realized, okay, this man's actually stalking me. But then again, my dumb retarded ass was just like, oh, he's stalking me. Like, stalking to me was just like another word. I didn't actually think that he would do anything to me. Actually, I've never heard stories like this happen around my neighborhood, so I never really thought that, you know, something creepy would actually happen around my neighborhood. I would also see him a few times just like casually driving by my house, a red truck driving by my house, that freaking white guy driving by my house, but I never thought anything of it. I think that he started to realize that I knew he was following me, but since I wasn't fazed at all about it, it really became like normal. And I think that's how it got to the point where he finally realized that it would be okay for him to kidnap me or do something to me. I'm gonna get straight to the point where he actually tried to kidnap me. So this event that took place in my life was one of the scariest experiences I've ever had. The day that he kidnapped me was when I finally turned my thinking cap on, and thank God I did. It was just a regular morning. It was sunny outside. The birds was chirping. I missed my school bus again. I got ready. I left my house at the exact time that I always leave my house. This morning when I left my house, the red truck was already out there. And that's something that finally caught my attention. I would always see the red truck every morning, but there wasn't a day where the red truck would actually like be posted out there waiting for me. So that's one thing that caught my attention. The moment I left my house, I seen the red truck there. This is my neighbor's house and this is my house, and the whole block is basically just us two there. I'm getting out of my house and I'm walking and I see him, but you know, I'm just like, that's just inside number one. I see him. I continue on with my daily routine of the way I get to school. When I started walking, I realized that this man was actually following me with his car this time. He's never actually followed me with his car, like slowly driving while I'm walking. That's really what got my heart thumping extremely fast. Mind you, I'm only in middle school. That shit made me so scared, and I finally realized, okay, Yams, this shit ain't a fucking joke anymore. Little ass girl, get your shit together because something really bad can happen to you at any moment. I'm not close to any of my neighbors. I don't talk to any of my neighbors. You know, my parents aren't home. I was scared for my life. My first instinct was, okay, Yams, what do you do? Because you cannot walk the whole time and just have him follow you because he's gonna do something to you. My first thought was, okay, I can't continue to walk and just start running straight because he can just continue to drive forward and follow me regardless if I'm walking or running. Instead of taking my daily routine, the first block that I'm still on my block, I decided to turn. I'm still on my block, but instead of going actually straight past to the next block, I turned down on the same block. So the moment that I turned down on my same block, but going a different direction, that's when I'm finally on a different path. And I know that's when he realized that, okay, I'm finally taking a different path and I'm aware that he's following me. And, you know, he's aware that I'm aware that he's aware. So now it's like, TikTok, what the fuck is gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next to me again? What I do within these seconds is really what happens the most, because the moment he seen that I took a different route, he stopped his car and his door opened. When I heard his door open, bitch, my heart dropped so fast. And I was just like, you know what? My first reaction was I heard his car stopped. I also stopped. And I turned back around and I ran towards my house so quick. I also knew that if I went the opposite direction that his car was facing, he would have to take his time and turn the car back the other direction, then follow me. While I was running back to my house, what he did was he closed his door and he actually made his way to turn his car around. Yes, he made his way to turn his car around. Instead of just letting me go, he turned his car around and tried to come after me. Since I decided to go the opposite direction of what his car was going, it gave me more time to run away from him. My heart was thumping so fast. I thought my heart was about to fall out of my chest. When you're running for your life, the first thing you do is you try to open the door, knowing damn well the door's fucking locked. You're so rattled, you just go straight to the door thinking it's gonna open when you know you locked it. I'm like, fuck, I locked my door. I took out my keys and I tried to open my door, but it took me so long because of how shaky my hand was. I was so scared and I was like, fuck, he's probably right behind me and he's gonna get me right now. I never took a glance back at where he was. I was just like, I need to go to my destination. I need to make sure I'm in this house safe and nothing happens to me. And I was just praying, like, please don't let this be the last time I see anything. He's probably gonna kill me, rape me, molest me, bring me somewhere far away, make me his slave. Who knows? Because he's white people is crazy. But eventually, thank God, I finally unlocked my door and I got in my house. I didn't want to look out the window. I curled in a ball, but then I realized that I needed to lock the back door. I know he's outside, and I'm wondering, since he's been stalking me for so long, I'm wondering if he knows that I'm the only one in this house. If he does, that gives him a better chance of actually trying to come inside my house and still getting me, because he knew that he tried to make a move and he already failed. If he's crazy, he gonna follow me and he gonna try to take me no matter what. Especially knowing that I'm home alone. I was so scared for my life. And I'm thinking, what should I do? Because this is not over. Just because I'm in my house, I didn't feel like everything that was happening was over. The first thing was like, okay, I can't call my parents because they would freak the fuck out. Like I was in danger. I felt I couldn't walk to school anymore. I couldn't wait until he leaves and walk to school again, because he's probably still waiting for me. He knows I'm in this house, so he gonna wait. His crazy ass gonna wait until I leave again. I called 911 and eventually the police came, and I was so scared. I was still shaking. I believed I started crying, but I'm not 100% sure about that. He told me, okay, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna have police officers roam around your neighborhood and try to find the guy with the red truck. That's what they did, and they told me that I am not allowed to walk anymore to school, and from now on I need to take the damn school bus or have my parents drive me to school. And so that day they took me to school. They brought me to school, and I felt the walk of shame walking into my school in the main office, and I have police officers right behind me. But when I got in the main office at school, principal and like the secretary at my school, she was like my second mom. Like me and her are super close, and she's always watching after me. And so when I walked in there with the police officer, she was like, Yamila Nguyen, what did you do? The police officer told them what happened, and from that day, they didn't tell all the other students, but the principal sent out an email to the entire school making sure to be extra careful and aware and that everyone's safe, because there's someone out there that could be potentially harmful and dangerous in this whole neighborhood, so be careful. But they didn't want to scare anybody, so they made sure to tell all the staffs, the teachers, to keep this shit on the down low, because we don't want to alarm anyone. From that day on, everyone kept a close eye on me and also around the school. So I kind of felt like, damn, when I got freedom, this fucking fat ass white pedophile ass man basically took that freedom away from me. Looking back at it now, I'm grateful that I have people that really care for me, watch after me, and I'm so grateful that I finally put my thinking cap on and got away from that situation, because who knew what would have happened to me if I just allowed him again to follow me. I probably wouldn't even be here telling you guys the story right now. So when the police came to my house, I made a police report, and they told me if they ever end up finding him, they would call me and let me know. I never received a phone call. I kind of feel like they'll take action within the first day or something. But after that, I kind of feel like they forget the whole situation. In that moment, I did not feel safe in my neighborhood. Even today, I'm still in the same neighborhood, and I'm praying to God I do see that car again. Ever since that incident happened, one, you're probably wondering, have I ever seen him again? After that day, I never seen him again. He disappeared. It kind of concerns me because I still live in his neighborhood. There's so many other little kids around here that are outside, that are going to bus stops. You know, there's a lot of kids in my neighborhood. Started downloading a lot of sex offender apps, the apps that show you all the sex offenders that's around your area. And I legit looked on every single sex offender in my neighborhood, and I did not find him, because I remember his face. I really remember his face. I knew that he wasn't a registered sex offender, but he's definitely a creep. I didn't know if he was a rapist. I don't know what his intentions were, but to kidnap me, and God knows what he wanted to do with me. I hope he's locked up, because I haven't heard or seen from him since. Anyways, thank you guys for watching my story, and until next time.